I'm sorry, when you work customer service, there's so many people that you come in contact that refuse to, like, I'm so convinced that majority of problems that happen in life happen because people refuse to listen. There's so many times, like I remember I worked at Burger King, I worked at the grocery store, and even at Burger King, I think I remember one time this lady was like, I want a McGriddle. Ma'am, we don't have McGriddle. This is Burger King. So the lady was really mad that she couldn't get a McGriddle and it was Burger King.
By the way, this is the Gen Z stare. Hi, how are you today? Okay. What do you want to do today?
Have you ever experienced that before?
I have experienced it. Have you?
All right, guys. So I'm kind of like in the middle between a millennial and a Gen Z. So it's like I've kind of seen the best of both worlds. So I remember how the world was before everything got like COVID. So like this whole interaction that he's doing right now, like I remember the first time it happened to me, I think I was at like Walmart or some other like retail store.
Yeah.
And I had asked someone, like I didn't even work there. So I was asking them like a question or something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was someone who worked there. Mm-hmm. And he gave me a response like that. And I was like, what the, like what in the world? Like, what is, like, that's not even close to an answer. And it's like, I didn't even ask him anything that was like jaw breaking or mind blowing. I think I might've just asked the person like where something was. Like, I can't remember what it was, but like, just like that awkward reaction, I was just kind of like, is this kid a Martian? Like,
they are Martians. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, I'm a customer service snob. I really am.
Oh, I hate you. You're the people that report people, aren't you?
Unfortunately, I'm too lazy for that. But if I wasn't so lazy, I would be that guy.
Oh my god.
And I've done it before. Only when it's been very egregious. I'm not a Karen or a black Karen or whatever the equivalent of a black guy Karen would be. I tip well. Carl. Is that a black Karen?
No, that's definitely a white Karen.
Yeah.
I don't think they have names for black Karens.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not saying they're not out there.
Right, especially for not black male. But anyway, we digress. Point is, I say that to say that I'm very aware of this, so I'm very sensitive to these reactions. And I'm just a sensitive person in general, so I pick up on it. But it almost gives you a complex, because you're like, am I doing something weird? Am I being awkward? Am I being a creep? Sometimes I notice it's mostly with women. That's why, like Gen Z women. So I'm like, am I coming across as creepy? Because they'll just look at me like I'm doing something. I'm like, all I did was ask where the lotion's at or the toothpaste, and they look at me like, you know.
That's funny. You get it from the women. I've gotten it from the guys.
I've got it from both, but mostly it's the women that do this. So I've noticed. It's just what I've noticed.
Okay.
But go ahead.
No, I mean, to me, it's just kind of like, I think it's because the expression is so kind of like goofy. It's like Scooby-Doo, like a Saturday morning cartoon goofy. Like, it's just kind of like,
oh, is it?
Like, that's how I see it. Like, it just looked like what the reaction you just did is just like,
oh, okay.
That kind of just like goofy, awkward.
Yeah, you know what, dude? I've noticed too that there's a Gen Z stare, but then there's ones where they kind of don't make eye contact, and I guess they're different things. They
have their own language?
They don't, I don't know what it is, but I was with a friend recently, and I was like, because I went to check into a hotel.
Yeah.
And I asked where, it was a valet service they were going to offer. I asked, is there a parking garage nearby? And there's a girl and a young woman and a young man standing next to each other at the desk. And I'm looking at them, they both answered at the same time. And I'm like, is there a parking garage nearby? And she kind of just
like squirmed. Like she was just like,
it's kind of weird. I'm like,
like just answer the question.
Yeah. So I'm like, I asked my friend, I was like, hey, is it just me or am I doing something weird? Because I noticed this happens pretty often. She was like, no, what'd she say? She's like, no, it's just some Gen Z something. Like she kind of dismissed it like, nah, it's just a Gen Z.
Dude, that's funny. That happened yesterday?
Yeah.
That's so funny. That is absolutely fun.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I mean, they're just socially awkward is just what it is. You're just socially awkward. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, I don't know. I've always just been trained to say a response. Like, even if I don't know the answer, I'm gonna just say, hey, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna be like, Scooby-Doo, like, what's the mystery? Like,
right.
Okay, so I see so many videos about the Gen Z stare. Let me reenact why you would get the stare from me. A customer comes in. I'm taking their cake order. Me. Yeah, so would you like white, chocolate, yellow, or marble cake? I want carrot cake. Me. Unfortunately, we don't offer that. We only do white, chocolate, yellow, and marble. Do you do red velvet? Me. No, our only options is white cake, chocolate cake, yellow cake, or marble cake. Or you can get one of those pre-made cakes out here, but for what we decorate, it's white, chocolate, yellow, marble. So, you can't do lemon? No. We only offer white, chocolate, yellow, or marble cake. Well, just give me the sweetest bread you have.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bread? Yeah, just give me the sweetest bread you have. We don't do bread. No, the bread. Just give me the sweetest bread. Like whatever sweet bread you have, just pick that one for me. Me standing there confused. We have Italian bread. We have like the bread with the Italian season on it. Them staring back at me confused. No, the sweet bread. Give me the sweet bread. Me. We have the salvo bread. Like, are you talking about that? No. Give me the sweetest bread you have. Me. What bread? The bread isn't sweet except for that one in the blue. You just listed them off. So give me the I said I just listed them off. Customer staring at me staring at the customer. They were calling the cake bread. And apparently I was in the wrong.
It is bread.
Apparently I was in the wrong.
Thoughts. So, as someone who has worked retail and customer service in college, I can definitely attest to this.
Of course.
I'm sorry. When you work customer service, there's so many people that you come in contact that refuse to, like, I'm so convinced that majority of problems that happen in life happen because people refuse to listen. There's so many times, like, I remember I worked at Burger King, I worked at the grocery store, and even at Burger King, I think I remember one time this lady was like, I want a McGriddle. Ma'am, we don't have McGriddle. This is Burger King. So the lady was really mad that she couldn't get a McGriddle and it was Burger King. I'm like, man, I cannot fix you McGriddle. We have other things that we have at Burger King. I can't remember what the sandwich was at the time. This was a long time ago. And she was like, no, I want the McGriddle. I had it last time. The person who was here last time gave it to me. I'm like, ma'am, that was not Burger King. But like, that's just something that you go through with customers. Sometimes people just refuse to listen and it gets to a point where it's just kind of like, okay, well, what do you want me to do?
Absolutely. No, I think that's spot on. I see this example is a good example when the Gen Z stare might be appropriate.
Yeah.
Every generation, I guess, has their thing. I don't know. I guess the opposite of this would be you're condescending to the person, which is not that great either.
No.
So instead, you just kind of stare at them like, are you okay? Because it's like Gen Z stare meets annoying customer.
Yeah. It's like you have to be stupid. It's like you can't physically call someone stupid, but your face has to say it because it's like, what do you, and I've experienced that so much and I can already guarantee you what the person probably looked like. It's probably an older woman. That's what it sounds like.
For sure. I'd bet a good amount of money on that for sure. Yeah.
That's 110% what it sounds like. Cause like I said, I've had that experience too. And it gets, it's funny because when you have like older people who are like that, and when I mean older, I'm talking about like 60, 70 years old.
Yeah.
It's like they just expect you to pick for them or do something for them. And it's like, well, I can't do it. Like you have to want it. Like I can't just magically charge you for something and then it's going to bounce back on me.
Exactly.
But
so we'll chalk it up. I'll say that, okay, there are certain instances where I can give them a pass for this stare they do that makes me want to but anyway, so yeah, I'll give them a pass. Other than that.
But to me, that's not like a stare that you wouldn't know why. That's true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
When we're talking about Gen Z stare, like that awkward stuff that guy was doing in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's awkward. That's when you realize like, yo, I don't know where you went. Were you homeschooled? And where? Was it a village?
Like you said, maybe homeschool on Mars, man. One day that might be a thing.
The Gen Z stare. You know that stare when you sitting in a room with a Gen Zer, you say something like, hey, what you gonna do today? And they just look at you like, I don't know. Or you say to a young Gen Z, you fresh out of high school, what you planning on doing, after high school? Like you excited for college? Shit, I don't know. I assume all of them are high. That's the pass I give them, right? Most of Gen Z, they get a high pass from me. Or when you in Walmart, and since y'all want to talk about customer service, you ask them a question, hey, where's the broccoli? They look at you like, they always got the wired headphones in just to be obvious that they don't want to speak. Motherfucker, what? Huh? Okay, I'm not even sure. I just started working. Like that vibe. That's the Gen Z vibe. The Gen Z stare, the Gen Z vibe, whatever you want to call it. I got another theory. What if the rest of us is just slow? No. Because Gen Z is the only generation that grew up in the technology age. See, I was born in 1996, so I just missed the cut. My first phone was a singular phone. Some of y'all, you're too young to even know what singular is. Second phone was a Razor. Third phone was a Sidekick. That was my first phone. All right? Yeah. Most people don't even know what that is. See, I ain't have no information on that. I was still outside playing on the green box with the homies.
Green box,
playing dinner.
But
these kids, they grew up with their phones in their hands. So what if, while we was at the age and stage of just playing, they are well aware and hyper aware of things that we weren't aware of when we were their age. So
that's bullshit.
Yeah, he's reaching.
That he's reaching so far he might touch the sun. He is reaching.
He's reaching.
He is reaching. I understand what he's saying. Like, okay, you know, they've had, like, because I remember when I was younger, I wasn't allowed to get a phone until I was in like 6th grade. And the only reason why I was allowed to do it is because I had like other activities going on. And it's just like my parents just got really tired of them like guessing around and calling.
Yeah.
You know, you calling your coach or calling someone else to figure it out. And they're just like, all right, whatever. Get him a phone, whatever.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, we're both technically zennials.
Yeah.
Is what they call us.
Yeah.
The in-betweeners.
Yeah.
I'm a very old zennial because I think it starts like whatever. It starts, I'm at the top of zennial.
Yeah.
Which is why I just call myself millennial.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna go with this? So I think the Gen Z stare might be more so for the younger Gen
Like
Z.
the super young.
Yeah.
Super young. Because what he's mentioned is like the lower level.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with that. Like, because I'm not glad. I've had conversations with my younger cousins and that's exactly how they respond. They're just kind of like, because you know what it is? It's because when I was younger, I was always taught that like when someone talks to you, an adult talks to you, like you always gotta have an answer. Like even if it doesn't have to be the right answer, but you always gotta have an answer and put effort to it. And then I think what they're taught was just because you know the teachings have changed a little bit. So I guess from a lot of their teachings is more emotion based. So it's kind of like act how you feel, opposed to us where it's kind of like do as you're instructed. Because that's how I was. Like if an adult's talking to me like, hey, what are your plans after school? All right, so I'm planning on going to community college. I might study this or I might go to university. Like, you know, you have to talk, even if it's something you're not exactly sure about. Whereas Gen Z is like, they just don't put any effort. They're just kind of like, yeah. Like,
I like it. Yeah, I like that. That's probably a very good point. Act how you feel, because that is very much how it is. Obviously, I'm not in school anymore, like K through 12. But from what I hear about people that are in K through 12, it's a much different experience than I had, as far as the curriculum, as far as just how people interact with each other. Not to mention we had COVID, and during COVID, a lot of these younger Gen Z people.
Oh yeah, some people went through high school during COVID. Can you imagine
crazy?
That?
Yeah. So
virtual prom, virtual prom.
But that's why they're kind of calibrated a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So and like you said, and let's think about it too. Like every generation has their thing. So like a lot of people born like the Gen Xers. Yeah. They're like latchkey kids. So they're like known to be more independent, so to speak, because they kind of raise themselves. That's the like latchkey meaning you get home. Your parents
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot. Bro, I mean, I'm born in the 90s, bro.
Oh, my bad. Because you look at you do. My bad. But so I wonder what it is for Gen Z. Like,
they grew up with helicopter parents, bro.
Right? So you know what I mean. And also, like you said, the parents probably weren't the type to really discipline them as much in a way that we might think, and right or wrong. But they're probably more so like you said. Like,
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Because I remember like growing up, my parents were super strict about like manners. Yeah. Like someone walks in there, yes, ma'am, thank you, sir. Like they were super like
right, exactly,
like super about that. Like if I didn't do that, I definitely would.
You just did there, I don't think it happens in Gen Z.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There's probably some Gen Zs out there getting beat. Hopefully not. But
their parents would just come in there like time out.
My point is, I think they were getting raised a little bit softer.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to get at. So maybe that's why they're acting this way too.
Yeah. They don't gotta have the answer.
Nah.
Do you know the answer? No. Back in the day, you don't know the answer?
Bro, I know. First of all, I was a crybaby when I was a kid, so I didn't really get beat. I have a long story. He knows the story. I'll save it for another day. So I missed all that. But I had a brother who could not stop getting beat all the time because he was just always in trouble. Always.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't think they get that treatment these days as Gen Z people. Because if they do, they probably get child protective services calls, off a little belt whooping. Like, come on, man, it's too much.
Yeah, I mean,
it's too much.
Yeah, that is different. Yeah, back in the day, man, our parents had no fear. Like, child protective services, they can come and pick you up after I beat your ass. I'm like, oh damn.
That's what they would say too. I'm like, yo, man, it's crazy, man.
They better feed you dinner.
It's just different times, and it's crazy because it's not even like Well, no, if you're young Gen Z, you're probably like.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't even think that. What was young Gen Z? What 2000 born? What 2007, 2005? That's a good point. I didn't even think about it.
If it starts at 97, technically, it's probably going to end like 2005-ish, maybe even 2012-ish, I think is what I saw before.
Ooh.
So if you're born in 2012, you'd be 13 right now. So yeah.
It's definitely probably people that are born mid to end of it.
2000s?
Probably like, I wouldn't say 2000. I'd say like 2005 forward. But even that, I have a cousin who's born in 2005. He's not awkward at all. So maybe
97 to 2012.
Maybe it's like the kids born like 07 forward.
Yeah.
Might be what it is. Because you got to think the internet, because listen, when I was younger, the internet was around.
Right.
But it was ridiculously slow.
Oh yeah, it was nothing.
It was ridiculous. Like in the early 2000s, like if you had internet, like first of all, you couldn't be on the phone when someone else was on the phone.
Dial up.
And then on top of it is like, it would take so long to get to the website. Like it would be spinning over and over.
Bro, you would be anticipating the picture to show up. It'd be downloading, the picture was slowly appearing. It's like, waiting there for one picture of you know what you're looking at. And you get that one picture. Now it took you 20 minutes to get that one picture.
And you have to remember, no one had internet on their phone.
Exactly.
Like that was like, if you had internet on the phone, like you were the man. You're like, what? You got internet on your phone?
I don't remember having internet on the phone.
No, because you got to think the iPhone came out, what, 07?
Yeah, right? Was it?
07? And then even that, with the first iPhone was trash.
In 07, I'm not gonna tell you my age, but 07, I was already, I think it was definitely in high school. So
You were in high school in 07?
I was definitely in high school in 07.
You
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
He said what?
Oh.
Yeah, it was. He's like, okay, you're
Learn
old.
something new I didn't know. All right, but the internet wasn't really any. To me, it's like the internet didn't really become the internet until like 2010, 2011. Because even YouTube, like if you got on YouTube back in the day, it was YouTube was trash. Like the camera quality was bad. That's when people could make like get like a million views just off of just uploading.
Yeah,
it could be pure trash.
Yeah, you got on YouTube early. You got it way earlier than I got on there.
Yeah.
I think on like 2012ish. But anyway.
But it was like there was nothing on there, bro. YouTube was pretty like.
Yeah. But let's tie this all back. The point of this is people have different experiences, and whatever experience they've had has led them to be awkward and give you that weird stare.
Super awkward.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things is like you don't realize how it is because we've socialized so much prior to the internet like really taking off. So like to me, it's like, was the internet always around when I was around? Yes, but it wasn't as big of a deal. Like in high school, did we have Facebook and the internet?
Right.
And have parties and stuff like that? Yeah, but no one was really on their phone like that.
No.
It wasn't that big of a deal. Now, now it's like I feel so bad for people that didn't experience like the club or experience any of that stuff before phones.
Yeah,
because it was a completely different experience. Because you got to think about like when people would go out, and I remember this because Jay's a couple of years older than me. I used to go out with him when I was like young, like really young. So when we used to go out, people would do like stuff that they wouldn't do outside of that because no one would see it. If you weren't there, that would have been it.
Yeah, because you could. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that just would have been it. Like even the video quality was trash. Like it's dark. You can't really see. Like no one would pay attention to it.
I was gonna say you would get told the story.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
Like, yo, check out, see what so and so did.
Yeah.
Before it's like, yo, you don't know what so and so did, and they would explain it to you.
Yeah.
But you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Because even if you did have a phone, it wasn't the same. Like you said. So.
That's why there's no hiding. Like like if someone says like, and I'll just give you guys an example. So let's say that like you're talking to a girl, or vice versa if you're a girl, and someone's saying, oh, this person did this, they're like this. Back in the day, that would have been a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
But because we have phones, you really can't lie about it. It's not a rumor. Because like I have a whole text thread. Like if one of us is dating someone, we literally put it in the text thread, and people will send videos, people will send messages. Like there's no hiding it. Like you're saying you're one person, well, I have proof that you're another person. There's video on there. So
yeah, man, it's kind of annoying. There's pros and cons to it. There's pros and there's cons. There's pros, which this video is already going to get off topic, so I won't go there. But yes, everything you're saying is correct.
Yeah, but ultimately, Gen Z's guys kind of a little awkward. So they close this up. All right, guys. So if you feel like Gen Z is awkward, leave a like, leave a comment. If you feel like they're not awkward and it's all inside of our head, leave a like, leave a comment. All right, guys, don't be awkward and don't stare.